What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and I just finished up watching Badou Jack versus Richard Rivera, and this was a 10-rounder in the cruiserweight division, and this fight was Saturday, August 20th from the Jeddah Superdome in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and this fight was broadcasted on DAZN, and in this fight, Badou Jack was able to get a split decision victory over Richard Rivera, so I personally scored this bout 96-94 in favor of Richard Rivera. And the three judges scored this bout 96-94 in favor of Rivera, agreeing with my scorecard, and then the other two judges scored it 96-94 in favor of Badou Jack. So this fight was very, very close, and it was primarily fought between two halves. The first half of the fight, Richard Rivera dominated, and then in the second half of the fight, Badou Jack dominated. So just to break it down, round one was a very good round for Rivera. He came out swinging, throwing big clubbing right hands at Badou Jack and won it pretty clearly, just outworked Jack. Round two was a very fun round, actually. Could have went either way. And personally, I don't really think this was a robbery, even though that the big underdog was able to keep it close and maybe would have won the fight. I mean, I thought he won, but I just don't think it was a robbery. I could have saw a draw. I could have saw Badou Jack winning 6-4, but anything wider than that, I think the acceptable scorecards are really 6-4 Jack, 6-4 Rivera, or 5-5. That's it. That's like the only way you could see the fight, because there was a couple swing rounds throughout the entire fight. But yeah, talking about round two, the reason why Badou Jack could have won it is because in the first minute of that round, or the first minute and a half, Badou Jack was able to land a big left hook on Rivera and sort of buckle him a bit, and he was outworking him in the first half. But then the second half, Badou Jack was getting outworked by Rivera, and Rivera was able to land some big clubbing right hands. That's why I gave him that round. But then rounds 3, 4, and 5, I thought were clear rounds for Rivera. The thing is, Badou Jack was coming forward in rounds 3, 4, and 5, but just wasn't doing enough. He was trying to throw punches, whilst Rivera was throwing a lot and landing some pity-patter shots here and there, and just keeping it active and just staying active, throwing shots, landing some shots. He would throw uppercuts in the clinch, a lot of them. He'd throw like a 3 uppercut combination. Like, he was just throwing fast punches that were just landing, and that's why he was winning those rounds. And then this goes into the second half of the fight. I gave Badou Jack round number 6. I just thought he just started to outwork Richard Rivera, and he looked kind of tired. Round 7 was a very close round. It could have went either way. That was one of the swing rounds. I gave it to Richard Rivera. I thought Rivera, once again, just outworked Badou Jack a little bit with his sort of pity-patter tattooing shots. Then in round number 8, this was actually a very, very interesting round because Badou Jack was, really, in my opinion, losing the round. He was just getting, like I said, outworked, just like round 7 and the rounds before that Rivera won. Like, Rivera was just landing pity-patter shots while Badou Jack was looking for one big right hand. And that's why I thought Rivera was going to win that round up until the timekeeper let the round go a minute over. So this round was 3 minutes and 58 seconds long, and the judges and whoever's watching has to score it for however long the round lasted. And in that last minute, Rivera was getting destroyed. He was getting hit with big right hands. He looked gassed. He looked like a zombie on the edge of the ropes that round towards the end of it. He was just getting hit with big shots, big left hooks. He looked dazed. It was a very, very interesting round that round 8 was. Then in round 9, that was a fairly tight round. The unofficial scorecard on DAZN gave that one to Rivera. See, that was another tight round. But I gave it to Badou Jack. I thought Jack landed the better shots. He was able to get some nice right hands in, so I gave him that one. Round 10 was also a very tight round. Badou Jack wasn't doing enough for the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but Rivera was just doing a little bit more, like just landing some jabs here and there. That's why I thought he was winning it up until the last 30 seconds. Badou Jack landed a monster right hand on Rivera that sort of buckled him back. And that's why I gave the last round to Badou Jack. So I'm actually very interested. If you guys watch this fight, comment down below how you scored it, because I'm very interested to see whether the common denomination of fans in this, or whoever watched this fight, how they scored it, because I'm just very interested to see what people are looking for in some of these fights and in terms of scoring, because this fight could have went either way, or it could have been a draw. So this goes into the question, what is next for Badou Jack? This wasn't the best performance for him. He was expected to really dominate in this fight. But yet again, it was versus an undefeated fighter. Definitely his toughest fight by far at cruiserweight. And there's a lot of names that he could face next. Considering that he's fought on some other cards in the Middle East, he fought here on DAZN. I don't know if he's going to get another Matchroom fight next, but if he does, he could definitely face someone at the likes of a Krzysztof Glowacki in his next fight, probably on a DAZN card. He could fight maybe Mikhail Cieslak. He's another very solid Polish fighter. He could maybe fight Ryan Rozicki. He's a very solid fighter. He challenged Oscar Rivas for the WBC Bridgerweight title and had an excellent fight with Rivas. But another interesting fight, which probably won't happen, but I would like to see, is a clash between two former light heavyweight champions, which would be Sergey Kovalev versus Badou Jack. That'd be a very fun fight to watch at cruiserweight. And one more opponent that could possibly just be an easy win or a solid just get back in there win for Badou Jack could be a fight versus Mike Perez. That'd be a very solid, good fight. And that fight could definitely happen, considering Mike Perez has been fighting on some of those Dubai cards that Badou Jack has also been fighting on. But as for Richard Rivera, losing here for the first time in his career, this was really his first big fight he's ever had. It was on a monster of a card. So I think in his next fight he'll scale it down, obviously, but he's definitely shown in this fight that he could definitely hang with some of the either top 15 at light heavyweight or even the top 15 at cruiserweight. I don't know if he's staying at cruiserweight or not because he's really a natural light heavyweight. I guess this is just how much he weighs when he doesn't cut down to light heavyweight. He weighed only 194 pounds, so I'm assuming he might go down to light heavyweight. If he does, I would like to see him first, just get a little confidence booster win before maybe taking on someone inside the top 25. But if he stays at cruiserweight, I wouldn't mind seeing him face someone like an Efe Tabor Apochi, someone like a Brandon Glanton. That'd be a fun fight for him. But something like that, I think, could be next for him in the near future. So overall, Badou Jack defeats Richard Rivera, handing him his first ever loss, winning this fight by a very close split decision victory to get his third victory in the cruiserweight division. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.